Let me say something very uncomfortable. You don't actually lack discipline. You don't lack motivation and you are not lazy either. What you lack is alignment. Alignment between your thoughts, your habits, your identity, and your actions. And until that alignments happen, you will keep starting, stopping, overthinking, and doubting yourself. These 10 books, not casual reads, they are psychological tools designed to rewire how you think, how you react, and how you live. Somewhere between who you are right now and who you could become, there is a gap filled with confusion, inconsistency, emotional chaos, and sometimes self doubt so loud that it literally drowns your potential. And the truth is, most people don't fail because they are not capable. They fail because they don't understand themselves deeply enough. This video is not just about books. This is about reprogramming your mind, rebuilding your identity, and reclaiming your life. These 10 books, they don't just give you advice, they comfort you, they trigger you, they heal you, and most importantly, they transform you. So the first one is The Atomic Habits by James Clear. Most people think they lack discipline, but they actually lack a clarity of system. This book dismantles one dangerous illusion that motivation is the key of success. It's not. The deep inside of this book is your life is not shaped by your goals. It is shaped by your daily behavior patterns, your habits. And here, the most powerful concept identity precedes behavior. You don't wake up and suddenly become the disciplined one. You become the kind of person who does not negotiate with distraction. And the psychological side of this book, every small action is a vote for the person you are becoming. When you skip studying, you are not just skipping a task, you are enforcing your identity of someone who avoids efforts. The relatable truth of this book is consistency fails, not because you are lazy, but because your environment is designed for distraction. और आपको ये book कब पढ़ना चाहिए? When you are tired of starting over and over again and you are finally ready to build a life that runs on autopilot discipline. So that time you read this. The second one is The 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma. This book is not about waking up early, it's about taking ownership of your existence. This book teaches you how to reclaim your mental sovereignty, and the deep inside of this book is the first hour of your day is a psychological battlefield. You either conquer it with intention or you surrender with chaos. There is a concept in this book is 20-20-20 formula. It means 20-minute exercise, 20-minute planning, 20-minute learning for the first hour of the day. That is called victory hour. It means your first hour decides your entire. If you don't control your morning, so the day controls you. And the brutal truth of this book is if your mornings are reactive, your life will always feel out of control. If you want to know when to read, when you feel like your life is slipping through your hands and when you don't understand anything, read this book. Can't Hurt by David Goggins. This book is uncomfortable and that's exactly why you need it. It strips away your excuses, your victim mindset, and force you to confront your limitations. The deep insides of this book, your brain is designed to protect you from discomfort, not to help you grow. So the moment things get hard, your mind creates justification to quit. I don't want to do that. And the concept of this book is 40% true. When you think you are done, you have barely scratched your potential. Raw truth of this book is you are not exhausted. You are just unfamiliar with discipline. When you are done romanticizing comfort and ready to build mental toughness, that's the time you read this. Fourth one is The Courage to Be Disliked by Shiro Kishimi and Fumitage Koga. That is not comforting. It is liberating, but brutally honest. This book is written in a dialogue format between a philosopher and a young man, and the entire conversation revolve around one uncomfortable idea. What if most of your problems are self-created? This book introduces a radical psychological perspective that your past does not define you, or interpretation of your past does. You are not suffering because of what happens, you are suffering because of meaning assigned to it. And the psychological shift of this book is you stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances and start seeing yourself as an active creator of your life. It breaks this illusion that log kya sochenge, other people think of me, and replace it with my life is my responsibility, not their opinions. Key concept of this book is separation of this one idea can literally remove 7% of your stress. What other people think their task, how you live your task. All problems are interpersonal. Your anxiety, overthinking, insecurity, they all exist because you are constantly being observed in your own mind. The relatable truth of this book is you replay conversation in your head, you analyzes people reaction, you adjust your personality depending on who you are with. That's not personality. That's performance for approval and it's exhausting. When you feel mentally drained, trying to be liked, at that time you read this. Next one is The Mountain Is You by Rihanna West. Oh my god, I love this book so much. This book is not about motivation or confrontation with yourself. It revolves around one powerful metaphor. The mountain standing in your way is actually you. The deep inside of this book is self sabotage is not laziness, it is misaligned emotions, intelligence. You don't destroy your progress because you are weak. You do it because sometimes something inside you feel unsafe with change. The psychological shift of this book is like you stop asking why does this always happen to me and start asking why do I keep allowing this pattern. You move from victim mindset to self awareness and responsibility. And the key concept of this book is self sabotage patterns, procrastination, overthinking, quitting midway. These are not habits, they are emotional coping mechanism. And the relatable truth of this life is you know what to do, but you don't do it. You start improving, then suddenly lose momentum. Leave things halfway, not because you can't finish, but because finishing requires becoming someone new. When you feel like you are your own biggest problem, when you keep repeating toxic cycles, when you are stuck between who you are and who you want to become, that's the time you read this book. This book does not give you answer. It makes you face that one you have been avoiding. Next one is How to Talk to Anyone. This book looks simple but psychologically extremely strategic because confidence in social situation is not natural. It's engineered behavior. And the deep inside of this book, like people don't connect with perfection, they connect with how you make them feel about. Your word matter less, your presence matter more. The psychological shift of this book, you stop thinking I'm socially awkward and start realizing I just don't know the techniques yet. The key concept of this book is first impression psychology. First 5 seconds decide how people perceive you. The fleeting smile, a delayed smile, created warmth and authenticity, and emotional connection. And the relatable truth of this book is think of what to say, but by the time you're ready, the moment is gone. You want to speak, but you hold back because of fear of judgment. When you feel invisible in social setting, when you struggle to express yourself, when you want to build confidence, that's the time you read this. This book does not change your personality, it upgrades your social intelligence. Next one is Buy Yourself the Damn Flower by Tam Cole. Oh my god, this is my फेवरेट 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 बुक टोल मी लाइक मुझे कौन सी बुक्स पसंद है इन सारी बुक रिकमेंडेशंस में दिस वन बुक इज माई नंबर वन प्रायोरिटी दिस बुक इज so good so good core essence of this book is not just about self love, it's about self prioritizing without guilt. It talk about becoming the kind of person who does not wait to be chosen because she has already chosen herself. It's about romanticizing your life, not for social media, not for anyone, but for your own emotional stability. And the deep inside of this book, most painful thing is not heartbreak, it's self-abandonment. When you ignore your needs, when you accept less than you deserve, you slowly teach your mind that this is what I deserve. And this book challenges the belief at its roots. It tells you love is not something you chase, it's something you embody first. And the psychological shift of this book is like you stop thinking, I just want someone to love me right, and you start realizing, why am I not loving myself right? This book shifts you from emotional dependency to emotional independence, seeking validation to creating self worth, and wanting to choosing. You no longer look for someone to complete you. You become emotionally complete within yourself. The key concept of this book is romanticizing your own life, not in a fake aesthetic way, but in deeply intentional way. Taking yourself out, buy yourself the damn flower, celebrating your own existence, celebrating your little wins. This is not extra, this is self-respect in action. And it teaches you detachment from external validation. The moment you depend on others for happiness, you give them control over your emotions. This book teaches you how to take that control back and how to happy again, becoming your own safe space. You stop running to people for comfort and start becoming someone who can sit with her own emotions. That's real strength. The relatable truth of this book is emotional health. You give your best energy to others but feel empty when it's time for yourself. You overthink why someone did not text but ignore how you have not checked on yourself in days. You wait for someone to make you feel special while treating yourself like an afterthought. And the hardest truth is no one will prioritize you if you don't. And to read this book when you are healing from a breakup, replaceable, when you feel lonely even around people, when you keep choosing people who don't choose you back, when your self-worth depends on how other treats you, that's the time you read this. दिस वन इज माई फर्स्ट रिकमेंडेशन। आप सबसे पहले इस बुक से शुरू करिए। तो दीज 10 बुक्स बिगनर फ्रेंडली, ये बहुत ही फेमस बुक्स हैं और आपने किसी न किसी को इसे रिकमेंड करते हुए देखा ही होगा। दिस इज माई फाउंडेशन बुक्स। मैंने इन्हीं बुक्स से शुरू किया था अपना सेल्फ ग्रोथ सेल्फ इम्प्रूवमेंट जर्नी। फाउंडेशन को बिल्ड करने के लिए सारी बुक्स बहुत ही यूजफुल हुई। मैं इन सारी बुक्स से बहुत कनेक्टेड हूँ। जब मुझे लगता है कि डिसीजन की ज़रूरत है या फिर मुझे तरीके की हेल्प चाहिए, मुझे याद रहता है कि किस में कौन से चैप्टर्स है। मुझे बिल्कुल बहुत अच्छे से याद है कि कौन से चैप्टर्स किस बुक में है। सो आई ओपन that chapter and this is how I handle my problems. These all books are my favorite and मेरी recommendations से आप ज़रूर इसे पढ़िएगा। I hope आपको मेरा वीडियो पसंद आया होगा and I'll give you next another kind of book review. तो अभी के लिए इतना ही। Thank you so much. Please subscribe my channel and love you. Bye bye.